Hi, everybody. I just wanted to take a few moments to help you really understand why the criminology department is making you take this class. It's one that I know students fear and dread, and it seems really technical or maybe dry. And they're going, I hate this class. It's required. It's a core course. Why do I have to take it? It really does matter. And again, we are revamping it so that it can be even more powerful for you. So why does all this matter in criminal justice? Again, it's the how we know what we know. So as you can see on the screen, this is a article not too long ago, 2015, that came from NPR when they were investigating open cases. You might know them as cold cases. Why 1/3 of murders in America go unresolved. And so at one point or another, you hit dead ends in investigation and you move on to other cases. So in this article, I really like it because it talks about what the murder rates really are in different cities. So if we come down here as the story develops, NPR actually came up with a tool, an interactive tool, that brought in FBI data. And so you would want to study data, have a good idea of statistics and methods, because this might be your job one day. So I actually put in Gainesville, Florida. We can put in whatever city we want, and the municipal police. And this gives us all the numbers on how they're doing. So over the last couple of years, they could only go out to 2013 at the time. But it tells you how many violent crimes the city experienced, how many property crimes they experienced, how many were cleared, basically, how they're doing with clearing those crimes and essentially solving or resolving those crimes. And then it breaks it down into murder, non-negligent manslaughter, robbery, aggravated assault, burglary, larceny. This might be your job someday, to be the reporting person for your chief, for your court, or what have you, to actually collect the information, analyze it, and submit it to the powers that be so that we can tell the story of what's happening in your jurisdiction. So all this is statistics. It's mostly counts and frequencies of information about how often something happened. It represents data in categories and data that's numerical and counts in percents. And this gives you the illustration of what's happening in the city of Gainesville. We can do one other story. Let's do Miami, just for fun. And we can do the county. We can do municipal police. We're going to go do municipal police. Aha! So here's the violent crime rate, property crime rate, and murders that are solved, robberies, larceny. So data is actually really essential when you get into criminal justice professions. So I wanted you to see this tool, to see how it worked, and realize you're going to be learning a skill. We're going to do statistics quite a bit that can get you a job, or that can get you a promotion, where you can say, you know what, I know how to calculate this stuff. You can give me data. I can help answer questions that the department has. And we're not doing really sophisticated analyses. They're very simple, but they do require some practice. So that's the so what of this course, is decisions are made by data nowadays. And I had a student at another university that said, Jensen, I don't want to take research methods and statistics. I just want to be a cop. Why am I in here? This is stupid. And I said, okay, I understand that. You want to be a cop, so you're going to have to do patrol for a while, for a few years before you move into other things. He said, yes, I know. And I said, well, do you want to do patrol your whole life? And he said, oh, absolutely not. I just want to do it for a little while, and then I want to be a detective, but eventually I want to be chief. And I said, what do you think the chief does all day long? And he says, oh, administrative matters. I said, yeah, one of which is going to be reporting. Who's their boss? Probably the mayor, maybe the governor, or some county commissioner that wants answers and data. So are you going to be the chief or the professional that says, I don't know how to calculate this, I don't know how to answer your question or provide you information, I'm going to farm it out to some consulting agency or research group to do it for me? Or are you going to be the person that says, I can do that myself and save your department thousands of dollars and get the answers quicker and be more confident in what you're getting? I had the experience where a local city near me spent $35,000 for a company to develop a survey. Basically, it was a police public contact survey to see what the public perception was of the police in that city. They spent a lot of money deploying the survey, designing it. They got it out, they got information back, and that helped them know whether they're doing a good job or not, whether the public sees them in a friendly manner that is professional, where the people feel safe. But I'll tell you, one of the questions in that survey I thought was completely stupid. It asked, have you had any contact with the police in the last 10 years? I mean, what are you supposed to be getting out of that question? Well, does it mean that a traffic cop motioned me through traffic? Did I ask for directions somewhere? Did I report a crime? Was there a school resource officer in my kid's school I talked to? Yeah, I've had contact. If you haven't had contact with a police officer in the last 10 years, you're probably not alive. So I'm going, why did anyone put a question like that on there? Because we see cops in our daily life. And I don't understand why they would want to ask that. It was a yes-no question. So I'm going, do you want to know how many hermits there are in this city? Or, what are you expecting to achieve? So clearly it was a question someone thought was important, but when you get the data back, you go, that was really dumb. We just wasted some precious survey space asking a question. They had 98% of people answer yes. I could have told them it was going to be that high. So why not spend your time learning methods, learning how to write good survey questions, learning how to avoid mistakes, getting comfortable with statistics so that you don't have to pay some agency $35,000 and get something that maybe isn't very useful in return. So you can be that person, or you can ask for that money and say, hey, I'll do it for 10. Give me a few weeks and I'll get something back to you. These skills are the things that separate people in their careers. When you're comfortable with data, when you're comfortable with methods, when you have a strong command of a different way to approach finding out information about people. So please keep this in mind as we go forward, and I think you'll start to see the value of the class. So hopefully this was helpful. We'll have more conversations in the future about how this relates to your profession, and otherwise I'll get to know you with your videos. Look forward to seeing those, and we'll be seeing you a little bit more in week 2. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you then.